people, what is happening? It is 12:30 on a Thursday, and you know what happens. That means we bring you the drop. I'm Ruben Dominguez. This is Quinn Bishop. And yes, we're both wearing a shade of, what is this, maroon?
I'm wearing blue and red, ending July 4th.
Ah, excellent. Then I missed the memo because this is definitely this is like Malbec. I don't know. All right, so it's the drop, guys, and we've got you talking about Quinn. Start us off. Hit the list.
All right, we got a solid list this week, and we're going to kick it off with I think one of the most noteworthy new releases of the year. It's a new album by Regina Spektor, Home Before and After. And hey, we have autographed copies for sale here at Cactus. That's pretty cool. I actually get a pretty great signature by her on there with a little heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know, Ruben and I were talking about her earlier, and she's really kind of dodged becoming a household name, but has been on the verge of it for a long time. Great piano-driven pop songstress. She is of Russian Jewish heritage, so obviously World Event make this record noteworthy, and I think she addresses the circumstances.
Does she sing
on this
in Russian?
record. I believe that she does. That's what I've heard. I have not listened to the record yet, but I have heard that is the case. But she's super cool and an artist you need to hear about. And yeah, and she's got a very ardent fan base. So for those of you that don't know, we have autographed copies. So
there you go.
Swing by and get them while they last. They will
go.
not last long,
Cool.
as is true in these situations. All right, we're going to get really groovy right
Yes, sir.
with Mr. Jack Johnson.
Very cool.
Dude from Hawaii.
He hasn't had anything in a while, right?
It's been a couple years. I think he had a pandemic record, but it's hard to tell because his records are so quiet and chill anyway. But this record's produced by Blake Mills. It's produced a bunch of great stuff recently. And, pro surfer, environmental activist, super cool guy. This is his first record in 5 years. Always groovy. I think he should, whenever he releases a record, it should always be in the summer, right?
Yeah, right.
It's just
That's
like
what he's
hang out
for.
at the beach
Yeah.
music. And this record doesn't disappoint. It's cool.
It's milky clear.
It's a milky clear
Colored vinyl. There you go.
colored vinyl. That's what you got. We do not have a prop for this next one, but because we're living in the future right now.
Yes.
Brand new Fleet Foxes record, Very Lonely. It is there. It was a pandemic live stream, I think.
Oh, okay.
From 2020, but it's their first ever live album. Beloved band that's spacey, folky, that California Laurel Canyon kind of sound.
Yeah. They have their own thing, and for me, I know when it's Fleet Foxes because I heard the song the other day. It just came up, and it was brand new, and I was listening to Sirius, and as soon as I looked it up, I'm like, yep, Fleet Foxes.
And they got past the hurdle because Father John Misty was a core member of that band. He's the drummer.
I did not know that.
And sang all the harmonies on
Really?
those first two records, which, very, very unique harmonies. But they managed to.
That sounds great. I mean,
yeah.
I heard, I guess it's the single or the latest off of it. It sounds really good.
Yeah, they're a band with a sound. And I always think their records are so lush and well-produced. You want to kind of hear, how are they going to do that live? And you'll get to find out this week. Comes out this week.
Cool.
I'm happy to talk about this group because it is one of my wife's favorite bands in recent years, Camp.
Okay.
They had a big song called Peach Fuzz a couple years ago. It's Americana, folky, acoustic-based rock that's also got kind of a little bit of old-time string band thing going on, but great vocals. This record's noteworthy. It has Nathaniel Rateliff and
very cool.
And our buddy Katie Crutchfield from Waxahachie making a guest appearance on here. And if you're in the top rootsy or Tom Petty kind of vibe, and you're looking for some new music, this is a great band to check out. This is their fourth album, and they're on a tear. I think they're this could be the breakout record.
This one is available in pink and purple Galaxy Swirl, and there's an 18 by 24 poster.
There you go. So hanging on
Camp,
the wall,
people. And it's summer, so people are thinking about camp.
Your wall, and when I'm putting together these drop titles, I like it when we can kind of saddle up artists that kind of got a similar thing going on.
Yeah.
Nikki Bloom, we got to move it close for her. Kind of similar. She's a breezy pop '60s pop kind of sounding female singer with country influence there. I think if you're a fan of Bonnie Raitt or Sheryl Crow and you're looking for a new artist to listen to, she's terrific. Kind of comes out of the roots of your jam band community.
Cool.
This is a great summer record as well. I think
Love it.
Some people are going to be listening to this record all summer long.
Cool.
Let's talk about Polika.
Oh yeah. So I've just recently discovered this.
Yeah, they're cool. The synth pop act kind of came around when there were a lot of churches and Ring and a lot of bands were kind of doing very zeitgeist of it, with people kind of moving in the same direction in these kind of simplified synth pop groups.
And I like that sound.
Yeah,
and that's what made me like it.
Yeah, and I always think that those records connect well with people in Houston because we're like the big city for 80s synth pop stuff.
Yeah, and it's super nerdy, but it's a very specific sound, and it's connected to the 80s because Yamaha had the DX7, which ruled the world. Roland had the Juno, and if you watch those old MTV things and the keyboards play and it swings around the back, you're gonna have a Yamaha, you're gonna have a Roland. But yeah, I love that sound.
Yeah, I
love that synth sound.
This is I can't remember which record this is for them, and this record I think is a little different for them. Great vocalist. I can't remember what her name is, and I didn't make a note.
It's really good. This is worth it.
She's a great singer. And it's been a little while since they've had a record, but if you like that type of stuff, or if you haven't heard much new music,
okay, here we go. So Polika is Cheney Lene.
That's her.
Okay, Ryan Olson, Chris Bearden, Drew Christopherson, and Ben Evaskin.
There you go. I do think that if you're a Houstonian and you haven't bought a lot of new music, but you love 80s Erasure, Book of Love,
this is the one.
All that stuff.
Cool,
grab
perfect.
That record, next up, this is a great band. Really, one of the more unique killer live band.
Fantastic album.
Band, the Foals, Life
Fantastic
Is Yours.
album. Jamming this yesterday too.
Yeah, interesting award-winning Britpop band and killer live group.
So "Wake Me Up" was the single off of this one. When I heard it, I was for a split second, I was, especially when they go to the chorus, I was like, is this like a Duran song that was just released that I didn't hear, or I didn't think it was new Duran because it sounded old. But yeah, so they definitely, we know where some of the inspiration was.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but these guys are great.
They rocked Cactus. The week they were nominated for the Mercury Prize, they played the store.
Really?
And it was the day that we.
What was that like?
It was awesome, but it was like a weekday. It was like a weekday in the middle of the day. I'm like, are people going to show up for this or whatever? And it was pretty much all British people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty early on.
Next time they're here 10 a.m. on a Wednesday, call me.
I will do that, no doubt. You're on the list.
Please.
I'll reach out.
Please, because I'll call in sick.
What do we got next? Oh, did I skip over something? No, I didn't. I thought this would be fun because this record's on cassette. Flume.
Wait a minute. I know this.
Yeah.
These guys go back a ways, right?
So the thing about them is Harley Stratton. He's an Australian DJ, producer, music remixer.
Yep.
And he's remixed Sam Smith.
Exactly. That's what I know. That's what I know the name from. Yeah.
Arcade Fire. He's got all your favorite bands. If you hear cool remix, he's been involved with it. And of course, this is available on vinyl, CD, but I just thought it'd be fun to show the cassette.
When you pulled it out, I'm like, I thought King Gizzard for it just a split second, just because of the packaging
and the colors too, because they always have those bright colors.
Yep, that's exactly where I was going.
Yeah, so I think this is an artist to watch because now I feel like his last two records have quietly done really, really well.
Cool.
And I think it's we're on the escalator going up right there. Another brightly colored record for you. I didn't realize in the box that they're kind of side by side.
Well, we need some color right now.
Yeah, Set It Off. Elsewhere. Those of y'all not know, pop punk band from Tampa. Really kind of a band's work tour kind of band, but they're incredibly popular. Brand new record for them, and I think you're seeing a lot of these records come out because it was hard hands like
to
that
get stuff out.
to make a record,
Right.
you know, as a rock band, to make a record during the pandemic, you know, it's
a cool cover too. They did well done on the art.
Yeah,
production.
very 80s,
Yeah,
very
the artwork
80s
is very well
looking.
done. Very well done. I love that. All right, cool, man.
Right.
To CDs.
And I think this is a band that people either love or hate, and I think it's primarily because of the name. A lot of people don't like the name.
I don't love the name, but the music is solid.
You got Soccer Mommy people.
Shotgun's getting. I mean, that's from the second
Yeah.
that came out. It's been played over and over and over and over and over again.
And
It's a great song.
This is Sophie Allison, and it's you know, it's clever pop. I think the songs are good. You know, incredibly popular. Open for a lot of big acts on tour.
Yeah.
And signed to Loma Vista, which is a big Universal imprint. So if you're not aware, you will be aware soon. But there's always seems to be like, because I'm like, I don't know. And then there's always a track on each record. Like, that's great.
Yeah. That's good stuff. I like it.
Okay. And another female recording artist up next. We have Muna. And they have a really interesting story. You know, LA trio, female rockers trio. They made 2 records for RCA, and I don't think RCA could figure out what to do with them because they're an LGBT band. You know,
I've heard this,
there was
but
a
I can't
bidding
remember
war.
what I heard.
They're bidding war, you know, because they're one of the best unsigned bands at the time. Of course, the majors spend a bunch of money, sign them, don't know what to do with them. They drop them.
They're on Phoebe Bridgers' label.
They're on Phoebe Bridgers' label.
Yeah.
So this is I kind of get a sense
Which,
that this
in
is
case you don't know, it's Satisfactory Records.
Satisfactory. Yeah. Great name.
Yeah, that's
the best name.
And I think that's what her show's called on Sirius too.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So this band is this interesting case because they're really in relaunch, kind of doing things the way they want to do. With I think working with the right people, and we'll see where it goes. But records getting great reviews,
And
you're gonna be hearing more.
and Miss Bridgers features on the first track on Silk Chiffon. That doesn't hurt.
That does not.
That does not hurt at all.
Does not hurt. Okay, this cover is so crazy. Perfume Genius.
Yep.
This record's called Ugly Season. Let's get in close for that because that is a kooky album cover, right?
And I could be wrong, but I'm guessing this is another one of those. They basically had to wait till they were in line to get this vinyl printed because I've been hearing this music for a while.
Right. And a lot of the releases we're talking about are out digitally first.
Right.
So it's really kind of a test how much are you going to go buy the records? Do you like it that much?
I mean, if it's an artist that I really, really love, I'm going to buy the album.
Yeah, and it's good to support the
and
artist.
the final track, just for the final track, it's called Hell Bent Si Note. Hell yeah. And it is a great cover.
Yeah,
I wonder who did the art.
He always has super cool album art. Michael Hadreas
on Matador.
Yeah, on Matador. Really edgy. There's artists to watch.
There's something else in here because this is heavy.
Yeah, sometimes it might be a poster just extra. Sometimes the artists take an opportunity. If you're going to have to wait for your actual vinyl to be printed, you can. There's no hold up with printing jackets. You might as well do something really cool with the exterior package.
That's good point.
For your records to print.
Yeah,
you might want to emboss it.
That would be.
That was for you.
Thank you.
That was for you, baby.
Exactly who it was for.
I'll say this about Perfume Genius. Handpicked by David Byrne to open all those dates on that last tour that did American.
That does not hurt at all. That's how you know.
And that's a good. Talking Heads are a good point of reference for that band.
So Saturday had a little downtime. I was like an idiot out by the pool.
Sounds smart.
It's 105. The pool water's 98.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't cooling off at all. But I had Remain in Light on.
Oh, sweet.
I hadn't heard it start to finish in a while.
Yeah.
Great
the guitar
heads.
interplay in that band is
Adrian Ballou.
It's simple.
Yeah.
But complex. Like it's angular.
Well, you don't realize it when you're a kid when it comes out and you're listening to it. And, David Byrne was already getting really into South American and African rhythms and all of that. I mean, that's exactly where that comes from.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Tina Wayman just lays into it.
Yeah, she's
beautifully.
And she
just gets in that, just grooves, man.
And she was like, I think basically learned how to play bass in that band.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa. She did it. She's awesome at it.
Uh,
One of the great rock and roll bass, great rhythm sections.
yeah,
You know?
and look at our own Miss Laura Lee. From Ben and her meteoric rise on the bass guitar.
I would say so. I think so.
Both of those gals were just meant to play that instrument.
I think you're right.
You know,
You ready for
divine intervention. Yes, please.
ready for a crazy
Hell
slave
yeah.
face?
Yes, please.
Hey.
God,
This is Trixie Mattel, people.
Yep.
And for those of you who know, Trixie Mattel, TV personality, drag queen, cosmetic company owner, author, super busy recording artist, just doing something. Oh, it works both ways. Check this out.
Yes.
That's better, right?
That's much better.
That's better.
You know, because you want to see your eyes.
Yeah, so, quietly selling a significant amount of records over the last few years, but really, I think kind of exploded of late, and driven by a love for Barbie, obviously that name, Trixie Mattel.
The blonde and pink albums.
Yeah, so it's packaged together music that has been available before, but never available on vinyl.
Excellent.
Yeah, cool title. And we're gonna close it with a fresh in from the what's the great line from Spinal Tap? Just in from the Where Are They Now section.
Oh, God, I don't remember
No,
that.
actually, these guys have been making records. This is the reformed The Alarm band you might remember from the 80s, famously.
Is it just? Is it all the
It's
guys?
it's just
the
Mike.
singer.
So Dave Sharp, the great guitar player, is no longer
Yeah.
anymore. He does his own thing. It's really I can't recall his name, the singer.
It's Mike something, isn't it?
It is Mike.
It's Mike something.
But famously opened for U2. They did some early MTV hits, 68 Guns. The Stand was the big tune.
You know what was disappointing? The MTV version is the version I liked of The Stand. The album version's different.
It is different. Yep.
The MTV version's better.
They remix it to make it more rock, to get it to drums and everything to make it on TV. It was more electric.
It had a lot more vibe. Yeah, I mean, you would have thought those guys were going to go big.
And I have an old friend who's a colossal fan of this band.
Yeah.
And he says that their records now are as good as they ever were. So if you're a fan, check it out. This one's on red vinyl.
Cool, man.
And this one's just in from the. This is going to be my second Spinal Tap reference in a row. You ready for
God,
this?
I hope I get this one.
None more black. How black could it be?
God almighty.
None more black. This is Kanye West Donda. I did the graphic design on this.
Sure, yeah,
that's
good.
Good.
Great. So this just came out on vinyl.
It just came out.
Okay.
A lot of hip hop records get dropped digital only. Maybe there's a CD, and then later you get the LP. This is much later. This is 6 months in the making. This is a kooky record in his body of work, because this record came out, like a lot of surprise drop, like so many hip hop records. But this one, I think, when it first came out, like there's some sound quality issues, and then it kept getting amended. They kept amending it, and so it ended up being a different version that's out there now. So I'm not sure which one this is. This is like a contentious, right? Like some fans really like it. There's a big Christian element to it. Some people don't like it. I don't know.
A little controversial, I guess.
Yeah.
I've just seen videos of it, of the little thing he put out, the stem player. Have you seen this thing?
I know about that.
Yeah, it's really cool. So you can pull different stems out of you plug into this thing, and whatever music you play through it, you can basically take the stems, which are
so let's talk about that.
Separate channels of music. You can pull the guitar out, or you can pull the drums out, or you can pull the vocal out and stuff, and you can just kind of remix your own little.
Which is interesting, because so many artists are very protective of their stems, because they don't want you to use their keyboard sound, or to use their guitar sound, or to use their beats in particular.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos on it, and I thought it was. I'd like, man, it'd be cool to get one of those things. I think they're like $200.
Yeah, they're pretty affordable.
Yeah.
And you got kids. Really, all you need is a set of headphones and a little bitty beatbox and a laptop.
Off
and
you
you're
go.
making records.
Yeah,
Man.
and we'll be talking about your album in 9 months.
Yeah,
here.
And if you work fast, maybe 1 month. We'll see. All right, we're gonna dig into
maybe
some
if you just release it as an NFT.
We're not. Can I just say we're not going to review NFTs on the drop?
I know
That's a different program.
I don't know.
It's coming.
Steve Aoki is bringing it to you right now.
There you go.
Okay, here we go.
All right, the very popular reissue portion of our program.
Yes.
Let's kick it off with a record that I love. This is one of my favorite records from back in the day. This is Red Cross's Neurotica. I think the cover really says it all. It's like a psychedelic bubblegum extravaganza. This is the indie store exclusive version on colored vinyl, and it has a second LP with demos of the original album. Now, this is a record that did not sell big back in the day. It was on a label called Big Time, and what happened there was not big time, but
35th anniversary.
35th anniversary. This makes me feel ancient.
Is there other two brothers in this band?
No, it's just the McDonald brothers.
Okay, we're talking.
And this band is still going, making great music. Super cool. That and throughout the grunge era, they were really anchored in that kind of 70s Partridge Family, bubblegum power pop thing, but with hard rock. That's what I liked about them. They really had that going. And this record is especially great.
Well, I wasn't a fan because I just hadn't heard any of it.
Yeah,
I'd seen a couple of Red Cross T-shirts,
and they weren't on MTV.
And I know they played Houston once or twice. And I was sitting at Emo's one time, and a guy that I kind of knew, he would always kind of come up to me for whatever reason, and we had mutual friends that were closer than the two of us. But he would always like to play this oh, have you heard this band? And I'm like, well, no, I've never heard that band yet. So, figures. They're the coolest band happening right now. But he's a huge Red Cross fan, and he'd always give me shit about. He'd always give me a hard time about not knowing about, Red Cross or whatever. And I honestly, I just missed it. So.
Oh yeah, you couldn't hear everything.
Yeah, I know.
In those days, it wasn't. The music was just not at your disposal. You had to know someone to give you a personal recommendation. You had to seek it out. You had to hear it on the radio or buy a record. Or
be part of the Sub Pop monthly singles group or whatever. And just
Now you're curious about something, you dial it up straight away. It's kind of a beautiful time. You walk around with your record collection in your
pocket
and find out about anything as it happens. So, all right, we're gonna keep rocking here, dude. This is the second Distillers record finally on vinyl. Again,
Brody and
Sing Death House.
Brody and her crew.
Yeah, Brody and crew.
So here's a band that I would think, especially by this time, was a little bit bigger.
I think on the coast they were. I think they were huge on the coast. Big
slamming band.
Right?
Great live act. Yeah. And unless I'm early, and I think they made more news early on because she was dating Josh Homme, right? Wasn't there
I don't know the
Brody
chronology
I think
of
so.
that, but
that was like the big
Tim Armstrong, obviously. They were married. I think the first record was huge on the coast.
Yeah.
And then the second record,
City of Angels.
Yeah. Wasn't maybe as big, but it probably sold more based on their momentum.
Yeah.
But cool band.
I never owned any of their stuff, but you knew immediately when it came on. When you heard her sing a line, you knew exactly who it was. Good band.
Great female front.
Good band.
Front person.
They're on
and super cool.
Brody Dan.
All right, another one from back in the day. We're in the reissue spotlight. Blake Baby.
Oh my God!
This is Juliana Hatfield's first band.
Jeez.
This has not been available in years. This is their 1990 third album. They were really staples of the alternative college rock, whatever we called it back in those days. They were big band.
You had to wait Sunday night for IRS's Cutting Edge to come on.
It was Cutting Edge. This is even before 120 minutes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But cool, very from Boston.
Sunburn,
very just like earnest indie pop.
Sure.
Kind of stuff.
Sure.
Good stuff. Good to have
cool
that
record,
back.
man.
All right, we're going to finish up with a couple
cool record.
Jazz records.
Okay, yeah.
Like we often do. And as we often do, let's talk about Bill Evans' trio. He's the new king
of
Gizzard.
The drop.
Yeah.
He is the king of the drop, man.
And this is his album from 1965, Trio 65. This is.
We need to look up. We need to look up the discography one time and see how many albums Bill Evans put out.
He's got more albums than I got blood cells. I mean, a lot of those jazz guys are making 3-4 albums a year. And two, he kept selling records at a very ardent fan base. Yeah. And so this record's a lot of standards on here around midnight. We're going to turn to, Johnny Mercer, Thelonious Monk, George Gershwin. So this is kind of more on the standard side. If that's what you like, audiophile pressing. It'll come back again as like a standard.
Love it.
More affordable, not as deluxe.
Love it.
And, we talk about picks. We don't feature enough staff picks in here.
Oh,
this
please.
This is a shout out to Jonathan Fry here at Cactus Music. This is one of his favorite records ever. Lou Donaldson, Blues Walk, and I will vouch for his good taste. This record is fantastic. It's one of his legendary Blue Note records that you should own.
Oh, very interesting. Ray Barretto on conga.
Yeah. You get some conga in there. You need a little bit of Latin business going on in there.
Ray's got some of his own stuff that's pretty good.
So, and alto sax records are kind of an interesting. A lot of people don't like alto sax.
Rodney Pearson.
This is absolutely. That one's for you, Rodney. Actually, I'm curious what Rodney thinks this because I know he knows Lou Donaldson.
Okay.
And he didn't like it when Coltrane went that way, but this is.
Let's FaceTime. That's a gem. He's got like 300 on the thing right now.
And then he just like
hello
snaps with alto sax. Hell no. All right, we're gonna close with one of the greats, Ella Fitzgerald. So this is a record that I don't think this recording is ever
never seen
released.
This
is recorded in 1958, the Irving Berlin Songbook, live at the Hollywood Bowl.
Get out of town.
Great graphic. She's just so cool, and I love the whole scat thing. You know how my real appreciation for her started was when my kids were young and we had these compilations of jazz for kids.
Yeah.
And with the whole scat thing, she did so many like kooky songs that
the kids would
love
it. Yeah.
And oh my God, this is great. She's awesome. Check it out.
And they were getting their jazz education early.
Yeah. So that's a wrap. Solid.
That's another great list.
How do we do it?
I don't know. It feels like a lot.
People, there might even be a season 3 at the end of this thing.
Yeah. Well, there.
Don't want to jinx it.
No, there've been a couple of production meetings. I know I wasn't invited to them, but we'll see what happens. All right, man. We're gonna wrap this up. All right. So here's the deal. You guys know how this works. You have to share it. Hit the share button. Also, go back to YouTube many times and click on it because we can use the clicks. And if there is something we haven't touched on or something you'd like to see, let us know. We're easily to reach. All right, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. We'll see you next Thursday, 12:30 for the drop. Peace.